feel very silly now. I've never done that before. This will crackle a little bit while I just put it on, so just bear with me a second. Honestly, I've been away for a few days and I forget to put my microphone on. Can you hear me okay now? Well, I'm chatting away, telling you all about my holiday and you can't even hear me. Honestly, I know, Sheila. I know. Honestly, sorry about that. If it wasn't live, I'd edit that bit out. Hello, how are you? I've said hello to, already on the gin. I've said hello to all of you, so I better not go through all that again. Yeah, that was definitely me. I was saying about my holes. It was wonderful. I can't remember the last time I actually did nothing. Not for very long, I have to say. I can't sit still for too long. But I was, you probably saw me gesturing. The apartment we were in was right next to an estuary, and there were people crabbing up and down the quay, and we watched the boats go backwards and forwards and the ferry going across, and you could see the other side and the beach, and it was just wonderful. And I sat for hours just on a park bench with Bob and watched them. Didn't do anything. Didn't read a book, didn't even have a conversation, didn't do anything, just sat there and did nothing. So I can't remember the last time. I can't remember ever doing that, to be honest. It's lovely. Can you tell us all that again? that was kind of it in a nutshell, Cheryl. Ah, dear. Just popping out today. 60th birthday, Raina, rising 60th birthday. Happy birthday to you. She's spending it with the grandchildren. Got mine coming up later. Sound okay now? Oh, jolly good. Right, let me whiz down. I'm sorry I've missed all of the. I did say hello to you all, but you couldn't hear me. 27 degrees. Ooh, like it'd be nice to have a bit of rain now, wouldn't it? Well, a bit daft and silly. You're not kidding this morning, Ruth. Currently sitting outside sewing. Nice idea. Sat in the garden, says Jean. Hello, hello, says Dina. Anyway, I've got a pile of fabric this big, and I want to show you because we have some amazing things on the website. So you go away for 4 days and you come back and it's like new fabric, and we've got some special offers as well and some back in stock as well. So the advent calendars that we brought you, that I showed you last week, back in stock, and there's a couple of new ones as well. These sold out within the hour. So just to let you know, I think we can get hold of more, I'm not sure, but we've ordered twice as many as we did before. So I'll just go through those really quickly. And the thing I like about these, if you were watching last week, is the way that they kind of fold up. So let me just show you at the bottom there. So you're not cutting out pockets and sewing them all on. You fold it and fold. It says where to fold and fold and fold, and then simply sew down. Oops, and then simply sew down the middle. So it's a really simple way, and it is an idea that I'm going to claim as my own, and maybe do one for next year. I just thought it was a really good idea. Seen them before, but I always thought they took such a lot of fabric, but actually they don't. I'm going to make just a little bag with my birdhouse panel, my rainbow bird panel, Marilyn, later on. I was, we came back from holiday on Thursday night, straight into a show on Create and Craft on Friday. So I had to prep for that, and then it's completing orders and then getting ready this morning. I woke up, and you know, when you wake up with the start, you thought, I don't know what I'm going to demo. I don't know what I'm going to do today. So it's a little bit rushed, I'm afraid. And then this afternoon we have all the grandchildren coming over because we're having a birthday party for Vienna tomorrow. So I wanted to get everything out there because I'm on Create and Craft tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with my gingerbread biscuits Christmas fabric. I haven't prepped that yet. So got a bit of work to do. So that was that. So yes, Marilyn, just a little bag. It is, yes. Hello from Cyprus. I've put this one away without even showing you. The advent calendars are gorgeous. This is one of the new ones, and it's called Night, because it's a nighttime scene. So those are the three. The classic red, I think we're going to be getting back in stock quite soon. We did sell out of that one as well. But I just wanted to show you those are back in stock because they're sold out so quickly. While we're talking about panels, I want to go straight to Rainbow Birds because we put this on live this morning and there's not very many left. So if you want a Rainbow Birds panel, please order now because it's going to sell out. We can get more because we have these printed, but it will be a while. Well, it'll take about a week or so before we can get any more in. So these were the ones that we launched on Create and Craft yesterday, but without the instructions. Okay, so on Create and Craft it came with the firm fleece, which we don't have in stock anymore, and some instructions to make a few bits and bobs and a pack of fat quarters. So this is just the, so many lovely fabrics out of stock already, really. But that is going to go, I know, very soon. These are the kind of things that you can make with it, little pouches and bags and things like that. You can make a small quilt with it. Placemats would be nice. We do have the fat quarters in stock. So that's the rainbow panel, the Rainbow Birds, and these are the rainbow fat quarter packs that we put with these for Create and Craft yesterday. So if you wanted to go for those together, then that would work very well. While we're there with panels, these are all on Create and Craft yesterday. We can't do the same deal as Create and Craft, so these are just on their own. So no instructions with these. This is, yes, those are my artwork, Alice. This one is Kimberly's. So this is her design of panel. She's got a very different look to me. I hand draw and watercolour paint mine. Kim designs digitally. A modern thing to do. And this one is the one large panel, which will make a really nice quilt, particularly if you use the two long quarters as sashing and borders. So it's a whole lot. It's 150 centimetres wide by 55 centimetres deep. And we also have back in stock the Misty Blue, which is actually green, but it's called Misty Blue, and this is the one that we put together. It's not exactly, it's a pretty good match. It's as close as the green as we could get with any of the greens. Helen, I don't think we've got Lisa today. She's not been very well, but I've got a feeling that she's looking after the grandchildren today. Any more firm fleece? Yes, we will, Linda. I'm hoping it's going to arrive tomorrow. I'm just waiting to hear, so somebody's actually going to do me a favour and drop it off if his car's big enough, because they come in 50-metre rolls, which are about that round, and as you know, it's very long. So yeah, hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. I'll get it back in stock as soon as it is. So please, the fabric orders from, thank you, the Happy Christmas panels back in stock. Orders for those. Oh, beach huts and birdhouses, those are back in stock. We have the nursery panels that you saw, well, you might have seen on Create and Craft yesterday. These are on their own. They came with lemon fabric on the show yesterday, all of them, because we thought the lemon was the best match. So that's the grey, but it's actually more of a taupe. I wouldn't call it grey. Create and Craft called it grey, but I'd call it more of a taupe colour. But order grey if you want that one. This one is the blue. So it's more of a petrol kind of blue, it's not bright blue. And then the most popular actually has been the green. If you want a lemon fabric, we do have a lemon fabric that matches. And this is the kind of thing that you can do with them. Sorry, it's a little bit creased. So that's just using all of the panels. You'll need 1 metre of lemon fabric to do the back and the sashing at the front. And of course you'll need some wadding for that as well. I've used 80/20, which I'm not sure if you've got on the website, to be honest. So that's that one. Backing raspberry fabric, backing for the birdhouses. Jenny, if it's out of stock, I'm sure we've actually got some. I'll double check with Kim when I see her later. Yes, Helen, we're ignoring those today. Off to theatre. Oh, who's going to theatre? Oh, Jill, you're going what? Why? What are you doing? I don't think that's the kind of theatre I'm thinking. I don't think you're going to see a play somehow. Laura, yes, I did see your gnomes. I couldn't comment because when presenters move from one set to another, that's when the director will drop in a little piece of film or pictures or something like that, because they've got robotic cameras and they can't actually follow people around the room. So they have to cut from one to another, so they drop pictures in. So when Catherine walked over to the other set, that's when they put the pictures in. Then they take my mic out because they're going to go to her and she's speaking. So I couldn't say anything, but I did see your pictures and they are gorgeous. Anybody else got any gnome pictures? See if you can put a picture on Facebook if you have. I've had quite a few actually, and I just love those gnomes. I'm writing a gnome book. That purely because of those gnomes and how popular they are, and how many of that Christmas book actually sold because of the gnomes. I've been asked to write a gnome book. Like soon, they want it by November. Oh, 10 gnomes. Misty Blue out of stock. No. Oh, no, that shouldn't be out of stock. Not unless somebody's ordered about 30 metres of it. Kim, if you're watching, can you put some Misty Blue back in stock? And if she's not and it doesn't go back in stock, I'll do it just after the end of the show. I've actually got it here, so I do know we have that. Have I made a log cabin cushion? Not for a long time, actually, Deirdre. That might be worth having a look at again. I like a log cabin. A gnome ditty. Oh, Claire, what a good idea. So I could have written a ditty on the way down to Cornwall, couldn't I? Yeah, a gnome book. 10 gnomes I've got to come up with. This isn't new, but we do have the Robins panel in stock. Again, no instructions with it like we did on Create and Craft. That's a huge panel. It's about 90 centres by 150. It's the biggest panel that we do. And it's my favourite one. So I just wanted to show you that because that's all the panels that we've got at the moment. So that's that. That shows you some new fabrics. If you just joined us, I am going to do a bit of sewing in a bit. I don't know if we'll still have the stock, but I was just going to make a little purse with the Rainbow Birds panel. We'll get some more of those back in stock again. Did you have no? Yes, Meg, I had a lovely lazy time away. Lazy. Hello, Susan in Ireland. It's very hot here too. Kim's in Queensland, Australia. Love the baby panels. They're really versatile. I mean, I've made obviously the quilt, a bag, a cube with ribbon taggies on to play with. You can make boxes out of them. Connie's really pleased with the gingerbread fabric. Thank you. If only the postage wasn't so much, I know. Oh, Sarah's making 40 theatre costumes today. She says, what's everybody else making today? I don't think we can beat 40 theatre costumes. Let me show you these. This is Lewis and Irene Hannah's Garden. We had a load of this cut up and put into bundles of 15. There's 15 in the range plus a bumbleberry. Hello, Lennis in Sweden. Hello. We've got so many of these left over that have already been cut into half-metre pieces. We're doing an offer. It's a lucky dip. You buy 3, but you get 1 free. So we can't guarantee which 3 you're going to get. You may get one of those and one of those and one of those, or you might get one of those and one of those and one of those. You might get one of those and one of those and one of those, but you'll only pay for 2. So they're normally £7 for half a metre. You're paying £14 for 1.5 metres, which is incredible value. Lewis and Irene, of course, the most amazing quality. If you order 2 lots, we'll try and make sure that they're all different. So if you order 2, we'll try and make sure you get something like that, so you don't repeat the 2. And you can do that up to 5 because there's 15 in the range. So that's just a rather special offer. You don't very often see Lewis and Irene fabrics on sale, but so we've got so much of it. Taking up too much space, needs to go. While you're there, I know you've seen this out the corner of your eye. I just need to take a look what it's called. Bear with me a second, please. These are all on the new in. And, oh, where are we? New arrivals. So when you go to the website, go to new arrivals and then it'll take you down all of the new things that we've got coming in. So that one is Japanese Sakura blue tie-dye. I'll show you these quickly because I know you don't want to just see piles and piles of fabric all the time. That one is the Japanese Sakura navy dots on white. Love these. And that one is tie-dye knots on navy. Pretty, isn't it? Just little tiny tie-dyes. Tiny tie-dyes. And this one is navy circles. So there's 4 in the collection, all 100% cotton, quilting cotton, and 112 centimetres wide. I think that's a really lovely kind of collection, and it's nice to have the blue on white because that kind of breaks the rest of it up. So you could add another colour, you could add another navy, you could add a red, that'd look nice, or a lime green. But that one kind of breaks it up if you're going to use all of those together. Have I got a hot dog down there? Yeah, all right, Bob. A bit hot. I bought her one of those cool pads, but she's not too keen on it for some reason. She's sitting on the floor next to it. Then we've got a bob cam. Oh, I've unplugged it. Oh, I plugged it back in again. There she is. So there's the cool mat, and there she is right next to it. See, best place to be. Doesn't quite get the cool mat thing. Not sure how it works, to be honest. Thank you, Helene. Don't see a very large piece online. Thank you, Joan. Yeah, you get more of a feeling for the size of the print, don't you, when you actually see it live like that, so to speak. I've got some more Japanese fabrics as well. We've got a load of dressmaking fabrics. If you want to go and put the kettle on, have a look on the new arrivals on the website first, and then go and put the kettle on while I go through the rest of these. I do want to show you them all because they are beautiful fabrics. The Japanese ones are incredibly popular and quite difficult to get hold of, so I'm just trying to find the name of it again. So all under new, there you go, look, Kyo Metallic Oriental Blue Cranes. Oh, hang on, that's that one. So we've got 2 of the metallics. So that's quite a nice big print. So that's Blue Cranes, and this one is Oriental Dragons with like a teal green in the background. Is it teal green? Oh, it says navy on there. I wouldn't call it navy. That must be what the suppliers called it. So those are those 2. Hello, Hazel in Wolverhampton. The Lewis and Irene special offer, Maya, is if you go to new arrivals, oops, keep scrolling, it's there. So it'll be under new arrivals, it'll be under all fabrics, and it will be under Lewis and Irene, I think. I might not have put it underneath that, but it's under new arrivals. This isn't lawn, Deirdre, it's quilting cotton, so it's a little bit heavier than lawn. I think I've got some lawn coming up, actually. Oh, Amanda's been ordering panels, well done. Towels crawled in the freezer. That's a nice idea, Leslie. Maybe I'll do that for her. She's not keen on the heat. Just ordered 2 advent calendars, going to put little girls' lip glosses. That's a nice idea. Linda's got the baby panel yesterday from Create and Craft. Those are all going out on Monday, so you should be able to start on with those quite soon. Got a couple of butterfly prints. I love showing you these, you know, so we can only normally get around to doing this a couple of times a week, and we've got so many come in. This is a really lovely quality. Again, let me just find the name of it. Botanical cotton, butterflies on pale blue and butterflies on white. It's an off-white, I have to say, but that's really pretty, proper butterflies as well, aren't they? Cabbage whites, tortoiseshell, don't know. I only know cabbage whites and tortoiseshell. You can probably fill me in. That looks like a moth. That's those 2. Another cotton. These are all quilting weight cottons. This one is a Anna Griffin. That's got a bit of fluff on it. And then we've got a spot. It's a black and white spot. and that's the Anna Griffin one is pink botanical, and this one is black and white dots. So that's £5, that one's £6, that's for half a metre. They're all by the half metre, but they do come joined up if you order more than one. So if you wanted to order 4 metres, for instance, order 8 units and it'll all come in one piece. We've got a bit of Christmas, one that you may have seen before. So the Merry Christmas scroll is back in stock, but then on the same, or from the same range, we've got Dogs in Coats, and I can't remember what it's called. It's bound to be Holly, isn't it? But again, have a look on New In. Or, oh, Rita missed me in the past week. Oh, thank you, Rita. Oh, Jilly, right, just before I go, Debbie, can you please demo at some point a binding foot? I need to look into that one, Jill. I don't use a binding foot because I can't figure out how to go around corners with it. So I'll have to do a little bit of research into that one. I haven't actually got a binding foot because of that. Jolly good, Alan. Nice to hear. The faux suede. Oh yes, I've got that to show you as well. I've got so much fabric. What time? We've been here for half an hour. Still showing you this new fabric. Got tons of it. Okay, faux suede. Show that one in a minute. This is the black. It's a lightweight fabric. Doesn't have any stretch in it, but it's incredibly soft. So this could be for cushion covers, homewares, seat covers. It could be a bag, part of a bag, the bottom of a bag, and you can use it for dressmaking as well. It's a really beautiful soft fabric. We've got 2 colours in this one. So there's the black and I think it's called Stone. Don't they look nice together? Really classy. Hi Sarah. And then we have another one which is suede out. Now this is, oops, a different kind of fabric. So these two they have woven backs. This one's got a knitted back, but it doesn't have stretch. It's still a solid fabric, but it's got a slightly different texture. I don't know if you can see that to the other two. So we've got this in the grey, that in the stone, and that one in the black. These two are the same fabric, so really, really soft and gorgeous. This one is more texture. It's like a very fine toweling, actually. But it's called a suedette. It looks like a suede until you actually touch it. Little black dress would be amazing in that, wouldn't it? Sheila, I had a very relaxing break. Thank you very much. Beverly's ordered some suede to make a bag. They make a really nice bag. And a nice kind of, hi Sheila, soft and sloppy kind of bag, if that makes sense. I mean, you can put some interfacing on it, of course. Don't iron it from the top, though. I'm Kim's in Darwin. Whoop, doing what? Hang on, you've gone. Waiting for Tim Minchin. Have a great night. 8 p.m. almost here in Darwin. Oh, is it really? It was quite late. It's cleaning the kitchen, Caroline Podmore, in the naughty corner with you. Go on, off you go, naughty corner. Must remember to get you out the naughty corner at one point, because I tend to forget and leave you there for weeks. Okay, dressmaking fabrics. These are new. This is the viscose flower print in black. So viscose, lightweight, natural fibres, breathable, very, very fluid. That would make a nice dress. Skirt with pockets from the Half Yard Club, that one. That is so pretty and cool and perfect for weather like we have now. The suede, Sarah, I'm not sure if you could use eau de coat on that, because the eau de coat's quite stiff. That's the only thing that I know that would make a fabric waterproof. Maybe try a test bit, try a little bit. That's a new plain one. We have jerseys. So this one is Ditsy Flower Floral Black, and it's £5 for half a metre. Again, it comes joined up, so it's nice and fine, really nice quality, and when you stretch it, the colour doesn't disappear, which is the sign of a quality jersey. So that's one jersey. I'll try and get through these quickly now because we've been ages, haven't we? This one is Arty Zebra jersey. That again, really lovely quality. That's £7.50 for half a metre. And I've got another jersey right down here, which is the Vintage Floral. which is this one, so a little bit softer in the colours with this one. Yes, that would be lovely for a beach cover-up top, Laura. Nice, and that would be very glamorous actually, wouldn't it? Nice and floaty and perfect for a beach cover-up. Keeping bottles of water in the fridge too. That's a nice idea. Ice cubes in a bowl. I've not tried with ice cubes actually, I might try that. She's alright at the moment, it's quite cool in here. I've had the aircon on all morning. We have a double gauze. Let's pop those down. I've got a pile of fabric this big, she. Tyler actually came in to the office this morning when I was working and just said, our office isn't big enough. I know. So we might have to convert the top floor. We've got 3 floors. The top one is Kim's studio. He says we might have to convert that into storage. Rather a lot. Now double gauze is 2 layers of cotton fabric. I don't know if I can separate those. So you can see, and it is stab stitched together. So 2 layers of fabric like that, and then there's occasional stitching all over it to hold the 2 layers together. It's still very light and very soft, and it has a texture to it as well. It's almost like a seersucker kind of texture. And then a couple more, that's all. This one is a viscose poplin, so a finer weave of fabric, but very soft and very fluid and very breathable and very cool and just very lovely. That. Then really quickly, oh, I've just dropped my label, I don't know what that one's called. This is a cotton, it's a little Johnny cotton. Oh, I've lost that one. And Colourful Flowers Chambray is another one, so this wouldn't be nice for maybe a shift dress would be lovely out of that. And finally I've got a plain for you, which is fern green. Oh, so there you go. So I'll show you the difference between the fern green and the Ditsy blue, misty blue, because they are quite similar. Actually, that would probably go very well with Kim's panel, you know. Let me see if I can just bring it up. It would do, look, both of those go really well. Oh, I've not tried that before. Yes, those two go really well. So fern green, that one, so they are quite similar. I like to show you things like that when I can live, because it's probably clearer to see the difference here than it would be on the website. Right, that's all the new fabric. 35 minutes later, I've got 35 minutes worth of new fabrics to show you. And I'm sure we're expecting more this week. Joyce, we've got loads of viscose on the website, and there's 2 new ones that I just showed you here. But if you look under fabrics and then click on viscose, we've got a lot of viscose fabrics there. We do really well. Amanda wants a lottery win. I'd love to win the lottery, but you have to start doing it first, don't you? Don't do the lottery. Would the misty blue be a good cloud for a baby quilt? I think it's a bit green, Kelly. We called it misty blue because that's what the manufacturers call it. I would say it was green, personally. So I don't know. I think something a little bit more blue would be better. Yes, Dawn, she is very happy for you to make and sell. You don't sell the panels on their own, but if you want to make anything from them and sell them, that's absolutely fine. Good for a baby quilt. Yes, that would be lovely for a baby quilt. But remember, it is greeny. It's a greeny blue. So don't think you'd be making a blue baby quilt, because that goes with the green. So I'm just rummaging around on the floor now. No, it's not quite the same colour as the baby panel green. It doesn't clash. Greens tend not to clash, but not exactly the right colour. Right, shall we sew something? I'm not sure if we've got any of these left, but I'm going to make it anyway. And I thought we'd do a little bit of just a square shaped applique on it. So I've got 2 of the panels. Oh dear. I've got 1 of the panels and I'm going to put a little piece of applique on the front. Oh gosh, I've forgotten the other panel. Oh no, and I don't want to cut into another one because it's probably sold out by now. I should tell you what we should do. I'll do a lining in pink. Like it was planned somehow. In fact, no, I'll do the back of it in pink. So I'm going to use the 2 spatters as the lining. I was going to use 2 birds for the outer, but one is down in my cutting room. So let's just cut another one to this shape. And then I'm going to just do some applique with the spare bits. I did make a purse out of the smaller one, because it's purse kind of size, but this time we're just going to use it for the applique, and I will cut it down a little bit as well. The thing I like about this, so many colours go with it. You can choose anything. Even if the colour isn't a perfect match for what's on the bird, it just seems to work. Right, I'm just going to plug the iron in. A frozen cucumber to munch in the heat. I can't bear cucumber. Kim loves them. But that, oh, actually Vienna loves them as well. Maybe I'll freeze some cucumbers for later. They can have cucumber lollies for the kids. Boy or a girl, so I thought the green. We put lemon with all of the panels, the baby panels, because it just goes with them all. So where are we? Haven't brought a lemon down here with me. Let me show you. The lemon we have is that one. And again, it's not an exact match, but it goes really, really well. But if you're picking out the greens and the grey and the blue colour are quite unusual, so it's quite difficult to find those colours. Pink you could use, that's kind of a raspberry kind of colour. But again, you've got to be careful, because if you've got something that's too bright, it just doesn't go. Now that looks purple, doesn't it? A little teal would look good, or the cream or white. If white would be fine. That's the thing when you go for unusual colours, is finding something to match perfectly, isn't it? 25ml is on. Yes, that's right. I'm not sure cucumber is good for dogs. Check if they can digest it. That's a good idea. I've not tried Bob with cucumber. I'm not sure if she'd like that. Right, let's give these a press. Plugged it in, but I didn't switch it on. Yes, Debbie's dog likes cucumber. So let's have a look at what we're doing with this. I'm going to use some H630, and oh, that's coming up. I hope that still works. And some Bonder web to stick that together. So that's going to be the front. I want a box behind my applique, and then the applique to go on like that. So obviously that's all too big at the moment. So I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. I'll do that after I've put the Bonder web on. So if you haven't used this before, there's a rough side, which is the glue side, and then paper on the back. We don't want steam with that. And then a hot iron to stick it on. Like so. And then I'm just going to cut this down because that's too big. So I'm cutting just closer to the birds. Enough for most sizes of that skirt, and the viscose is perfect. So let's just, so I'm trimming this quite close to the birds. I need to leave a little gap around it so I can sew without sewing over the images. And there. And then this one, I need just a little bit bigger, so let's square it up to start with. And I'm going to place that over the top like that. But I do want it squared. The box I made on Create and Craft yesterday, I frayed the edges of it, which was quite nice, and then left them loose, which is an idea. Right, let's pop that over there and see if I'm getting to be kind of the right size. That will do. So I think just across there. And again, I'm going to put Bondaweb on the back. Bondaweb will help to stop fraying as well. If it's something that's going to go in the wash, then I would definitely sew, but you could probably get away without actually sewing this on, because the glue just makes sure that it's going to, it'll stick the edges down so they don't fray. So let's just trim that back so I can iron right up to the edges. Do be careful not to touch the Bondaweb with your iron. It takes ages to get off. Okay, so now we can iron up to the edges. Carrot sticks in the fridge, that's a nice idea, June. Is a tutorial. No, this one, we sell these on the website, and we might not have this design, but we do have similar ones. I'm sure we've still got stock of those. So it's nice and padded on both sides so that you can iron on them. And then on the inside you've got your cutting mat, but there's also, oh look, still got a bit of fabric there. It feels like sandpaper, but that's grippy, so it'll hold pieces of fabric, so you know they don't fall around. And then if you want to hold pieces in place, maybe your English paper piecing, you can just cover that up and that secures, and that's the idea of that. While I'm here with an iron, I'll put some Fusible Fleece on the wrong side of this. So I'm just using H640 for this one. With the bags that I made for Create and Craft, I used the firm fleece, but we're out of stock of that at the moment. So this time I like steam. H640 likes steam. We do have my Bosal in stock, although I think this bag is a bit small to use the Bosal, but if you're going to make a bigger one, then that would make a nice bag as well. Is the yellow from the Bright Fat Quarters with the kit? No, Laura, it's, oh, that one. Let me just check. That was a spare piece of fabric that I had, so I just need to, I'm on the floor again. Yes, it's the same, isn't it? It's the same company that we got them from, so I'm not surprised, but I didn't actually use a fat quarter for it. I used a piece off a roll. Yeah, it's the same. Right, so front and back with H630. H640 would do, but we don't have any in stock, so I thought I'd go for the H630. Normal interfacing, yes, Sarah, I think you need some kind of interfacing with it, but something that you'd use for dressmaking, if that's what you mean, absolutely. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in there, because it does work better with steam. For cleaning your iron, turn your iron on, use a paracetamol tablet. I've heard that before, and yes, I haven't tried it, but yeah, apparently paracetamol tablets work really well. Can you use no? So I missed that, Sarah, but it looks like you've been answered anyway. Okay, and we'll just cut these out, and then we'll put the applique on. There are some applique birds on the panel, so instead of using one of the small panels that I've just used for this, you could just cut out one of the birds instead. Actually, Peggy, you've missed half an hour of me taking you through a whole load. Sorry, my microphone's sticking out. Half an hour of me taking you through all the new fabrics that we've got on the website, because there's so many. So you haven't missed very much. You missed me introducing myself and talking about my holiday for ages right at the beginning without my microphone on. I mean, you missed it, not saying that you'd want to see it again. Claire says it worked on my eye and the paracetamol. Right, okay. So now I can iron right up to the edge. And then we'll put the applique on. So let's take this. So I'm just going to peel the paper backing off. You can give that a scratch if it doesn't come off straight away. Jane says paracetamol worked wonderfully cleaning the eye. Didn't believe it, tried it anyway, and I could do that, couldn't I? And was pleasantly surprised. There you go, I'm up there now. Yeah. Oh, Rosie got to go back to work. Have a good weekend yourself, Rosie. We'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully. Oh, and use tweezers, Claire says, for the paracetamol on the eye. That is a good idea. And just scratch the back of that off. Vivian cleans her iron with WD-40. Really? Not heard of that one before. Fee says, any ideas what to put in my iron is spitting out old rusty water. Any tips for Fee with her old rusty water iron? Yeah, H640, I knew that was out of stock. I think we've got some H630. The H640 will be on order. Right, so let's do that. Should we do it like that? Or should we do it straight and just that one at an angle? I think straight with that one at an angle. I think that's nice, isn't it? Right, I'm going to iron that one down first and sew around it. So again, no steam for that one really. So I'll sew around the edge of that one first. My daughter's been down here and things have got unplugged. Bear with me a second. Here you go. That's better. Right, so I'm just going to do a straight stitch. If you wanted to do a zigzag stitch or a decorative stitch, then that would work well. But I'm just doing a straight running stitch all the way around because I think that would be fine. A zigzag, actually a satin stitch in a contrast colour would be nice, maybe in a bright red or a bright pink to match the back of the bag. There. Oh, and back down again. And I don't know why I have to keep switching myself on and off, but that's the way it seems to work on this one. And then we're going to just do this. Oh no, my YouTube's frozen. Oh, there we go. Sorry, just bear with me for just a second. I'll just sort that out. Morning Elsie, morning Mary. Oh, come on YouTube. Right, welcome to new right, I've scrolled way out now. Denise, remember to hold the tablet with tweezers. Yes, do that if you're using paracetamol, because we don't want to be burning our fingers, do we? Right, then we're going to iron this onto here. And right, okay. At a jaunty angle, then I'm going to sew around the edge of that as well. Sorry, that, right. Alexa. And then literally just sew around the edge. I think a contrast thread would have looked nice on this because it would really make it stand out, but you get the gist of it. You'll have to have a play if you're doing something similar and see how it works out. But the yellow behind the plique makes it stand out as well. It gives it a nice border, because otherwise the birds would just get lost into the fabric, which there wouldn't be any point in having. The applique then, would there? That'll do. And that really is all I'm going to do with that. So the rest of it is just, yes, I know Alexis, my internet is running a little bit slow. I couldn't catch up with it in time. So that's it. So the rest of it you've probably seen me do 100 times before. I'm just going to put a zip into the top, line it as normal. I wonder how small as it will do. Yes, it will do. And maybe I'll box the corner. No, I'm not going to box the corners. I'm going to leave it just like that. So zip goes face down on here. I am going to use the longer one. I like to have stoppers and sliders out of the way while I'm sewing that on. So I'm just going to go straight down the centre of the zip. Jewels, I knew this would sell out. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, we will get it back in stock. This is the rainbow panel. Apparently it's gone. We'll need to get it printed and it could take about a week. But it will be back. So actually if you go to the website and let me show you. Easier to show you. Oh, hi Lisa. I told you she's still got chest infection. She's been really poorly, as Lisa. I can't show. I don't know why everything's going slow on my PC at the moment. If you go to the item that you wanted to order and it'll say sold out, there is a section, I think it's called Keep Me Updated, Keep Me Informed, something like that. And if you click on that, then you'll get an email when it comes back in stock again. And that's lots of you do that, and we know that because as soon as something goes back in stock, it starts selling. So that's obviously because you've got your emails. Will you put out a video for this, please, Pauline? I don't know when I could do that at the moment, to be honest, because I've got a pretty hectic week again this week. But that would, yes, I will do. Are D rings and rectangular rings interchangeable? I don't see why not. I like rectangle rings myself. I like a D ring if you're using a lobster clasp to hook it onto, because then the top of the D ring, it hooks onto the centre. If you use a rectangular ring, it tends to go to the corner and it twists. But if I'm putting webbing onto a bag or a strap onto a bag, the rectangle keeps it flatter. A D ring, they kind of all gather up at the top. So, but yes, I would say that they are interchangeable. Missed the start, been holding horses for the farrier. Oh, Judy, but the horses are melting as well. This is going to go right sides together with the zip in the middle. I'm just going to move my needle over actually, because I can get it down the centre of the zip tape a little better. Why did you not move? Because I'm pressing the wrong button, that's why. Oh, one of those days today, isn't it? Right, so this goes on the opposite side of the fabric, of the zip, right sides together, and sew along the same line. Did I just cover all of that up with my shoulder? And yes, I think we have some on order for, it might even be later on today. Yeah, watch out for your emails this afternoon, and I'll find out as soon as it arrives, because I've just had a DPD notice saying your parcel has been delivered, so it might be that. But yeah, just watch your email just after we come off air, and we'll see if we've got a delivery of it. I'm sure with those panels, with the advent panels and the bunting and the Santa sacks, I'm sure we can get more. I think we can get more. I'm sewing and not showing you what I'm doing, aren't I, honestly? Right. So I've sewn the outer fabric to each side of the zip, and then the lining fabric goes to the opposite side of the zip, so the zip's sandwiched in between the two pieces. So that goes on the opposite side of the zip here, right sides together. Let's flip it over. I've just noticed I've got brown bobbin thread. I don't know why. And sew down there. Pin if you like. I find it easier not to when I'm sewing zips in like this. By the time you've pinned and then move the pins out of the way to sew it together, you may as well have just done it anyway. Now with this one, the ends of the zip will go into the side seam, so you will have a little lump on each end. I haven't put any tabs at the end of this one. So outer fabric on one side, lining fabric on another. So I'm just going to pull the fabric away from the zip and press it and then top stitch. Because I've used a fusible fleece, it does make the seam there a little bit thick, so you can see if I don't top stitch it, the lining is going to curl back around the interfacing, and we don't want that to happen because it might get caught in the zip. So pull that away and press, and again just top stitch down each side of this. Quilter's tape's a good one, Daryl, or I use a glue stick sometimes. Just as easy not to use anything, I think, for this one. Right, so I'm going to put the stitch a little bit longer and just stitch on camera down each side. I can do that like so. Debbie doesn't use a zip foot. No, who is that? Veronica. Thank you, Laura. I don't always use a zipper foot, because if you, on zips like this, if you have a stitch width button on your sewing machine and you use that with a straight stitch, it moves the needle from one side to another. So I find, I'll show you actually, let me just lift that up. That one. So needle's in the centre here, but then if I use the stitch width, I can move it right across. So now when the edge of my foot is up against the zip teeth, the needle goes right down the centre of the zip tape, so then I don't have to change the foot. If I'm making an invisible zip, then yes, I would use a zipper foot or an invisible zip foot for that. Or if I'm doing piping, the blade's broken. If I'm making piping, then I would use a zipper foot or a piping foot. Right, now this can be chopped off. Make sure you open the zip before you chop it off. And I'm just going to sew the ends of this together just on the sewing machine, just to make it that little bit easier when we construct the bag. So I've just sewn the ends, so that within the seam allowance, just popped the ends together there. Right, scissors. Happy birthday. Oh, is it his birthday today? It's not your birthday today, is it, Lisa? Have I missed it? Hello, Sylvia in Kissing Me. And Ainway, where are you then, saying good evening? Have I frozen, or did I just go still for a minute? I don't think I've frozen. Tabs help the zip sit flat. Yes, Sophie. Oh gosh, Lisa, happy birthday. Thank you. Oh, how horrible to be ill on your birthday. What are you doing? Got your girls? Going out? Partying? Raving? Not if you're feeling very well. What a shame. 55 today. You'll always be younger than me, Lisa, but you'll never be as wise. Oh, I wasn't going to wind you up on your birthday, was I? Anyway, let's put right sides together, lining right sides together, zip, poke it towards the lining. I do like the zip tabs. Yes, they're a little bit more time consuming. That's why I thought we'd just do it this way. It's a little bit quicker. But I do like zip tabs. They do look neater. So we'll line up those edges and we're going to sew all the way around, again pushing the zip towards the lining when we get to that bit. And we'll leave a turning gap in the side, I think, this time, because it's less noticeable than in the bottom. And I'm just using the edge of my foot as a guide for the seam allowance. You've got so many people saying happy birthday on Facebook. I don't know if you're on Facebook as well, Lisa, but Mary says happy birthday. Claire says happy birthday. And oh, Carol's new. Hello, welcome along. Anybody else new? Come and let us know. Olive Ann says happy birthday. So does Amanda. So does Sarah. And I want to upgrade my sewing machine from a beginner machine. Girl mummy of 3. I can only recommend machines that I use. I'm not an expert on sewing machines, I'm afraid. I would recommend that you buy a big brand. So I'm using an Elna. My main machine is a Janome. I was very impressed with the Dookie that they had on Create and Craft the other week. Can't justify buying one, but there you go. Brother are a good brand. So one of the big names, because then you get the support, you get help, you get the warranty. There'll be somebody on the end of the phone that can help you out if you need anything. So I'd go for a big brand. This one I got off Amazon. And then have a think about what features you want. Personally, that's not a very good angle there, is it? I'm going to come on top of myself. I like a needle up down, which means that I have a button that I can choose whether I want the needle to be up or down. I quite like it automatically stopping down for when I'm pivoting. I don't have to turn the handle. I like a needle threader. I like a drop feed dog facility for free motion embroidery. I'm not too fussed about hundreds of stitches, but if you want lots of stitches, have a think about how many you want. Computerized sewing machines I prefer, and I like a one-step buttonhole. So have a think about what features you want, then just have a shop around and read reviews, I would suggest. Daryl loves a Dookie. Janome Pro 5000Q. See, I don't know all of these machines, but thank you for your recommendations. How to order from me. Margaret, if you go to my website, which is debbieshawsewing.com, you can order there. Snipping off the corners. And on that one, whoops. And then we'll turn it the right side out and we're done. Oh, thank you. Who is that? Julie, thank you for that. It's debbieshawsewing.com. Don't forget, if you do order, Lisa's been reminding you, and you're a Half Yard Club member, you get 10% discount. We've had some pretty big orders coming through this morning. I haven't checked if you're all members, but it's actually worth joining the Half Yard Club for £5.99 to take advantage of the 10% discount if you're ordering a lot. Turn this right side out. Poke the ends through. Sew the open and close. This is when I wish I hadn't got brown thread in my bobbin fill. I don't know why that's in there. But at least I left the gap in the side, not the bottom, so you shouldn't see it too much. Dawn remembered the discount code this time. Good. Yes, anybody who's a Half Yard Club member will get 10% discount on anything that you order, even the sales stuff. Oh, actually, that means that 3 for 2 on Lewis and Irene. You get 10% off that as well. Can't work that out at the moment. I know I'm a Mensa member, but can't work that one out today. Good idea for changing rotary blades. A good idea for just changing rotary blades. Get your husband to do it. That's it. So just a neat little square pouch. If you wanted to make that, I did a similar. Oh, I'm whizzing backwards with this one. So that's the same panel. Put a ribbon in the top of that one. That one I boxed the base just to make it square, and I used a splatter on the back of that one. I did put, where did I use that applique? Oh, there we go. Those are the applique birds that come with the panel as well. So I just cut those out and sewed them on. So it makes something plain a little bit more interesting when you do that. And that's exactly the same, but with the box bottom as well. So a few different ideas for you, but I quite like that. And that would make handy storage, I think, for your sewing bits and bobs. Obviously for makeup and hair bungees and stuff like that, but nice place to keep your sewing too. I don't know why the picture on YouTube's blurred, Jules. It's not blurred at my end. Anne-Marie says, it's getting hot now. I've had the aircon on all morning. It's freezing when I came down. So I'm going to go. What have I missed? Ginny, you've missed me talking about new fabrics on the website for half an hour, because we've got loads. And she's just had a cold shower. Now, the reasons why people have cold showers, I hope it's just because you're warm. Paul's got no issue with YouTube. Thank you, Paul. Oh, it's you. Oh, it might be a phone. Thank you, Ginny Jones. Right, I'm going to be back on Wednesday. Did I actually say what I was going to do on Wednesday? Because if I did, I can't remember. I'll put some thought into that binding foot. I said I don't have one, and I don't know how to go around corners, but I'll see if I can find out. Belt loops on the small bag. That's a good idea. Oh, you're on both, Alan. That is a very good idea. Small enough to wear on your belt, isn't it? That could be for taking the dog out with treats and things in. Mary, I save all of my used rotary blades in the, you know, they come in the plastic little containers. I save them in one of those, and when it's full I just put it in the bin. And I do the same with needles. I've got little containers that I just stash them all in until there's quite a few, rather than just drop them in the bin and risk somebody cutting themselves with them. Because even when they're blunt, they're sharp, aren't they? What scissors do you use? I've got a few actually, Anne. These are the Corbon scissors that I have down here. I've got a little pair of clover scissors, and I have some Fiskars somewhere. These ones, which are the Corbon ones that we have on the website, are left or right-handed, and they've got a soft touch handle. These Fiskars we don't sell. I bought those off Amazon, but they're right-handed scissors, but they do have very comfortable handles, and I've got arthritis in my hands. So anything that's comfortable and not too much effort. I bought some huge scissors, big long blades, thing that's going to be easy, and I can't actually open them wide enough to open all of the blades, so that was a waste of money. I think these are 9-inch, and that's just about, they're 9-inch as well, that's just about the right size for me. Tell you what I did buy, an electric rotary cutter. Oh, I love a gadget. It's the blade's about that big, and it's got a big motor on the back of it. It's a huge thing, and then it's got a guide underneath it, so you don't cut through the table, you feed the fabric into it, but it cuts through fabric of about that thick. It's amazing. Yes, that's my new toy. So to explain the difference between stretch stitches and zigzag on Wednesday. Is that what I said, Anna? Can't remember at all. That's completely gone from my mind. And I haven't got anything to write that down. So stretch stitch, stretch, jersey. Yes, I did, didn't I? Jersey fabric, stretch stitches, zigzag, Wednesday. That's what we're going to do. That'll serve me right for going away. Left my brain down in Cornwall. Hello, Kath in Toronto. Just about to go now. Sophie's going to find her. This is going so slow. Might miss on Wednesday. My hubby's auntie's visiting from Gibraltar. That'll be nice, Sarah. I am going to have a good weekend, Michelle. We have grandchildren personified. My grandchildren are coming over. My sister's grandchildren, my great niece and nephew, are coming over tomorrow. We've got a bouncy castle arriving later on today. Gary's put the zip wire up in the garden. We've got sushi on order tomorrow, so I don't have to cook. We're going to have a great weekend. Where did I buy the motorised cutter from? Off Amazon, Dawn. I can't remember what brand it is. I think it was about £90. I did buy a rechargeable one, and it worked. It had only got like a 45mm blade, but I couldn't hold the, you know, when you have the trigger thing, I couldn't hold it. That was more painful than using scissors, so I thought that was going to be a brilliant idea. I'll rotary cut everything electronically, but I literally couldn't hold it in. Whereas the one that I bought now has got an on-off switch on the side, so you just switch it on and it whizzes away until you switch it off again. I'll see if I can bring it down on Wednesday and show you. Thank you, Sarah, will do. Thank you, Jane. Looking forward to Wednesday. Have a great weekend. Yes, I am going to have a great weekend. Don't have too much work on at the moment. Thank you, Leslie. You have a lovely weekend as well. Dawn. Yeah, okay, I should bring it down and show you, Dawn. You might find that helpful. Right. So Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I'm trying to switch. I'm trying to go. Oh, now you've gone all white. Love to see the electric rotary cutter. Yeah, okay, I'll bring that down on Wednesday. I'm going in a minute. I just can't switch anything off at the moment because I've got a white screen, so you're going to have to put up with me for. Well, you go. You feel free. Off your pop. A Tic Tac container is a good idea for old needles and pins. Thanks, Daryl. Next on Create and Craft tomorrow morning, Anna, at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with Catherine again, and they're going to be launching my gingerbread fabric. They've got the apron panels. In fact, they're in stock now. They're on the Create and Craft website now. They're £10.99, I think. They've put together a bundle of fabric because it's not. I'm not supplying them. It comes directly from the Craft Cotton Company. I don't know what they put together, and I don't know how much they're charging. I just go along there and demonstrate it. But I know they put together a bundle of fabric with an apron because I had a look on the website yesterday. So yeah, because I can't get any more aprons. We've bought as many as we can, and they've all gone. I don't know where he is today, Jean. He was washing my car, but I didn't get my coffee, did I? No. I'll have words in a minute. There we go. Gone white again. Yeah. So I've just got the 1 hour. Can't do anything. You really are stuck with me, you know. I can't do anything on it. That's it. So for 1 hour tomorrow morning. Fiskars scissors to help with arthritis. Can't remember what they were called. Spring-loaded. Oh, I've got some spring-loaded Fiskars pinking shears. That's a good idea. Stephanie, I've just switched it off. I would have left that on. I would have forgotten. Right, I think I can go now. Yes. All right. So I'll see you again on Wednesday. Do join me tomorrow morning on Create and Craft if you can. I'll put all the details on Facebook and message you on YouTube later on, so you've got all the channels there and everything if you want to. Send in your pictures as well if you've made anything. Oh, who was it who sent in a picture of the gingerbread house yesterday? Because that's another one that I didn't actually get to say because they'd switched my mic off while the presenter was doing something else. So somebody did send in a picture of one of the gingerbread houses. We're going to be doing that as a download. But if you've got any pictures of anything that you've made with my fabric, then do send them into the studio tomorrow, won't you? I'd love to see those. Yes, I will be doing the longer Create and Craft stint on the 25th, I think it is, of September. It's going to be every 8 weeks, so it's the last Sunday in September. That's going to be the long 6-hour show. Yeah, Alan, email in, do. Send us some pictures as well. Not your V-neck sweater. No, I don't want a picture of V-neck sweater. Right, right, I'm off. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you again either tomorrow morning or I shall see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.